This is Nephilim Rising by Barefoot Nobleman. I am the Barefoot Nobleman. Who are the Nephilim, you may ask? According to Scripture, they are the children of the sons of God and the daughters of man. The sons of God refers to the angels who serve the Lord, but over time, God's favorite angel, Lucifer, persuaded many others to wage war against their father. The war lasted 10,000 midnights, but of course the winner was God. He then smited the rebels down to the earth, where they met the daughters of man, and they saw that they were beautiful, and they did have sex and impregnate them. These were not the daughters of man, though. These were the daughters of Cain. Here we have two wicked sides making love, making children. When the babies were born, they were that of giant-sized. One baby was like 4 regular babies.
Going from being a kid to being a warrior in that moment.
He just bent over and he picked up 5 smooth stones. And these he put in his pouch. And he picked up his sling and he walked towards Goliath. And Goliath sees him and he goes, "What?"
It was insulting, actually, to send. Well, what are you sending this young, unarmed, unprotected guy against me?
The Philistine curses David and vows to feed the Israelites flesh to the birds and the wild animals. Smack-talking is one of his fatal mistakes.
Never brag in a fight. That is one of the basic rules of fighting. David was listening and saying, okay, this guy's talking trash, and as soon as he makes a move, I want to put him down. And that's exactly what he did. Get a stone of a quarter pound, and a sling can hurl that at a couple of 100 miles an hour. That's like a whip. When you crack a whip, you hear that sound. That's because the tip of the whip is going faster than the speed of sound. It's a sonic boom. It's breaking the sound barrier. That stone can hit with a great degree of speed and a great amount of force.
According to the legend, all it takes to fell the giant is one shot. But for Goliath, the worst is yet to come.
He kills him with his own sword to add insult to injury. Then finds his family and kills them. David is seen as kind of this writing poetry and playing the flute or something. This guy was a killer.
When people began to multiply on the face of the ground, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that they were fair, and took them as wives for themselves, so that they all chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in mortals forever, for they are flesh, their days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days. And also afterward, when the sons of God went into the daughters of humans, who bore children to them, these were the heroes that were of old, warriors of renown. Genesis 6:1-4.
The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterward. God was very specific with his wording, afterward. We know that the Nephilim did live afterward. You're probably thinking they were all wiped out in the flood, but what you must understand is these fallen sons of God, these demons, just come back up to earth and mate with earth again. We see the Nephilim return in the days of Moses.
said to Moses, "Send men to spy on the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites." So they went up and spied out on the land, and they told him, "Yet the people who live in the land are strong. The towns are fortified and very large, and besides, we saw the descendants of Anak there." So they brought the Israelites an unfavorable report of the land that they had just spied out, saying, "The land that we have gone through as spies is a land that devours its inhabitants. And all the people that we saw in it are of great size. There we saw the Nephilim. The Anakites come from the Nephilim. And to ourselves we seemed like grasshoppers, and so we seemed to them." Numbers 13, 1 through 2, 21, 27 through 28, 32, 33.
The Nephilim were so big, Moses' soldiers felt like grasshoppers in comparison to them. We later see the Nephilim in the famous story of David and Goliath, where the Palestinians send out a giant, Goliath, to fight David. He kills Goliath with a rock and a slingshot. But where have they been since then? Have the fallen angels just been too busy to mate? Or are the Nephilim in hiding? If so, where? Alright.
Cheating, mistreating games that you played brought you down. Broke my heart, tore it apart. Look who's got the last laugh now. Don't you come crawling back, begging please on your knees. Baby, if you're missing me, well you can hear me on the radio.
Don't fit, but the black people is going fucking crazy. Mike Brown shit, fuck the law. They killed my nigga, bro. They killed him for no reason. I don't give a fuck if he stole some Rellos. He didn't deserve to lose his life, bro. But shit, we out here, bro. We out here.
Before you tell yourself it's just a different scene, remember it's just different from what you've seen. I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. 'Cause I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. And no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you. And it's the stars that lie to you, yeah. I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head.
I know you were frustrated at how the officiating went down the stretch there, but you guys pulled it out and it was a big win.
David Stern wonder why the league is losing money. That's why. People pay good money to come watch these athletes play, and they try to take over the fucking game.
Shaq, we're on live. I know. Let me ask you this.
And here's the hard truth. Americans are fat and getting fatter. A shocking new report from the Centers for Disease Control shows America's obesity rates show no signs of slowing down. The CDC reports that 40% of American adults are obese. That's 2 out of 5 people. That's up from 33% a few years ago. And severe, life-threatening obesity also on the rise, impacting 8% of Americans, up from 5% less than a decade ago. The rise in obesity rates was most stark in women and adults over the age of 40.
Take me far away. Push that wings around me now. Angel, take me far away. Push that wings around me now, so that we can rise again. Push that wings around me now. Angel, take me far away. Push that wings around me now, so that we can rise again.
Go, A-M. Watch it on.
Hey, this is Gulf Coast Arc AM, and today we've got some new guests on the show. They're going to be great. Going to be fantastic. First, if you're watching this podcast on YouTube, go ahead, grab that subscribe button on your way out, and hit the bell so you can be notified. We're having a PS4 Pro giveaway and a $100 gift card. 100 people who subscribe to this channel. So we've got the scientist, Dr. Zeke Wilhelm, and he is born in Colorado, and he is here today. He's giving us a call right now. Hello, Zeke.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Yeah, pretty good myself. So yeah, where do we start here?
Well, what were you wanting to talk about today? I see that you just came out with your book, Walking with Nephilim.
Well, I was a proponent of the first to describe the theory that humans, we got our ability to walk. That's the difference between us and apes. We got our ability to walk from the Nephilim. The Nephilim came here, they walked here. Zeppelin, ladder to heaven, it all makes sense. They came down here and they taught us how to walk, and they bred with the monkeys and caused the walking gene. And that's what my book is on. And it's it's slotted to get in one of the bestseller positions. It's
Congratulations.
It's an Amazon favorite.
Oh yeah, see, that's where I bought it from, and I'm in the middle of reading it right now. It's really, really interesting. But so tell us more about Nephilim. Some of my viewers don't know what that is.
Well, Nephilim are the offspring of humans and apes. No, not humans and apes. Gods and apes. Sorry. They are the offspring of gods and apes, if you may. The Nephilim were the direct descendants of those who first were walking humans on this earth, and they were doing very bad things. And the flood took them out.
The flood took them out? Nothing. We're not playing anything.
Have you seen my phone?
No, I haven't. So the flood wiped them all out, huh?
Well, all but the ones who went underground. And those ones they have descendants right here on Earth.
Really? So there was a flood to wipe them all out, but many of them went under the ground, you're saying?
Yes.
Very interesting.
And went into caves, usually caves.
So, would you believe that they're still here today?
Yes, they are definitely here today.
Well, I don't see any giants walking around here.
Well, their descendants have changed enough by this point that it's more or less invisible to the naked eye, but they're spiritual giants, and there are many who are physical giants, like Yao Ming. They have long legs, and they're very tall. And these are Nephilim, and if they were to practice, they're very good at magic.
So you're saying there's some Nephilim you would be able to physically tell if they were a Nephilim, correct?
Yeah, you can't always tell, but when someone is, say, like 6'8", if they're above 6'8", they are a Nephilim. If they're 6'8" and below, they still could be human, they could be a Nephilim, but you can't know for sure. But if they're 6'9" and above, then they are a Nephilim.
I see. So, but there's no pure Nephilim today, is there?
Well, no, there still are.
Really?
Yeah.
And where do you think they would be?
They live under Afghanistan in caves.
Really?
And in the western part of the United States also in caves.
That's very interesting. I did hear about those soldiers in Pakistan who killed a giant.
Yeah, he came out of the cave in Afghanistan and walked over.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They had to deal with him. I mean, he was trying to get back to India. They locked him in a cave. He was trying to get back to India to regain full power. If they had let him in there, it would have been a bloodbath. So they took him out in Pakistan.
Would it be fair to say that maybe there are a lot of people nowadays with Nephilim DNA within them, especially if you look at the change of the human body? If you look at furniture, it's smaller. It used to be smaller than it is nowadays.
Yes, people definitely had Nephilim DNA.
But also people are more overweight.
They are more overweight, and this is because Nephilim descendants are more likely to have type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. And Nephilim descendants have great craving. They have great hunger inside them. It is not from this earth. It is a great hunger, and they are very large, and they can be seen in all places where the Nephilim descendants are most populous.
So is it fair to say that all fat people are more than likely Nephilim?
Yeah, I think that would be a fair assumption.
Well, thanks for calling, sir.
Oh, and, just remember, these things are dangerous. They could be your neighbors, they could be your friends, they could be your loved ones. Your kids could be Nephilim, you didn't even really know that.
Well, one more thing before you go. What is the best way to deal with a Nephilim? If I have to defend myself with a Nephilim, or even if I find out that someone is a Nephilim, are there peaceful Nephilim? And if not, then what do I do about it?
There are peaceful Nephilim. These are called giants. And they are part of the alliance with us versus the Nephilim. And they're also the imams, and they have the large fleet. Then they are neutral.
I see. So, if there's a bad Nephilim coming to, hurt me and my family, what is the best way to take them out?
Usually, they are very easy to trick. They are very jealous beings, so you may may use that to your advantage.
Well, thank you again, Doctor.
Yep. You're welcome.
Bye-bye now.
Alright. Have a good day. Stay safe. Oh, and remember to buy my book.
Yeah, buy Dr. Zeke Wilhelm's book, Walking with Nephilim, in stores today.
How we learn to walk from the giants.
And be sure to grab that subscribe button on your way out.
This is an eye-opening report. It is evidence that the current public health efforts to try and slow down the obesity epidemic is not working. Is this because of food and what's in it? Is it because of perhaps genes, or is it behavior? And is it a lifestyle that must change?
Well, first, the research gave us a picture that we all knew before. We are getting bigger and bigger, and the reasons are there's a lot of combinations of reasons that's working together. It's not only one thing. It's education problem. It's a problem that not healthy food that we are consuming, and so on. And there's a lot of combination of things that makes us fatter.
But what is it that, I guess, especially now that not only are the rates not slowing down, the percentage of Americans who are obese, how that affects their health, perhaps in a life-threatening way, it's getting worse. It's getting worse every year. Why is that, perhaps, and the impact psychologically? People can change their lifestyles, they're resistant to, it's easier to grab fast foods, unhealthy foods, fatty foods. How do you fix that?
Well, I believe that we are telling people how to behave, what to do. We are telling them to do diets. We are not making them think differently. That's the main problem that we are working on in the way of psychology is looking at.
So what do you think about it? What's the big thing if you want to try and improve your weight? I mean, how do you change your thinking? What's the number one thing you have to do?
Well, you have to stop for a moment to think about it and then to react. This is the whole idea in one word, in one sentence, but the idea is very problematic when you are walking automatically. I think if you are taking a few sessions in the psychologist room, you will find out it is not too hard, but you can learn it by cognitive behavioral therapy that's doing so.
Do with me. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hit it!
Hit what?
Around the world,